I served in the military, the United States Air Force, for 20 years. And I thought maybe I would see a little bit of the world. So I signed up. And next thing you know, I was in the Iraq War, and that's when it all began. My position was considered combat medic. So when I got there, it was me and a physician, and our job was to take these bodies that were burnt of Kuwaiti citizens and put them in body bags. And let me give you an example of how I think I began to get shattered. I'll use the word shattered mentally. There was a body, and it was a woman, and she had burned with her 2 toddlers. One was a little baby, one looked like maybe a 2-year-old. But I remember the guy in charge came by and said, I have to separate them. And then he left, and I didn't know what to do. I never in a million years would think as a medical person that would be something I would do. And it continued, body after body after body. So I think these scars, and they call mine a moral PTSD. You do something that morally you would never do. I think you see things that people shouldn't see. Somebody has to do it. But I got out of the military, and for 13 years, I was fine. I got my nursing degree. I was doing nursing and family practice. And then one day they put me in urgent care. And probably about 3 weeks into being in urgent care, something triggered me. A burn victim came in. And that was my first trigger. And I thought, what is going on with me? What? I was having horrible anxiety. Nightmares began. It started causing anger. I'm like, who am I? This is not who I am. I didn't understand why I couldn't work anymore. I lost my job. When I went to get help, oh, it's just menopause. You know, it's just premenstrual syndrome. And I was absolutely believing every bit of that because I think they weren't used to women. And one day an article came in the paper. My husband said, look, and it was a veteran study that was beginning here at Aviv. So I got into the program. I was one of the only females that got in, and I did a total of 68 dives. You know, they looked at my brain, they could see the PTSD. I guess myself, I never really had the conclusion of PTSD, but there it was. There it was. I actually, for the first time, had proof. You know, I felt like I was sitting like this when I came here, and every day I sat up taller because they'd say, this is why you have this. This is why you're having the nightmares. This is why. And I'm like, I was validated. I no longer have an anger problem, which has saved my marriage. It saved my marriage, my relationship with my daughter, my relationship with my friends. So if my life hadn't been led in this direction of Aviv, I don't think I would be sitting here today, to be honest with you. I'm just going to be candid because I had given up hope. You know, I couldn't, cope with life anymore. This was just going down a rabbit hole badly. I wanted to heal myself. I wanted to be whole again. I'll never forget what happened to me, but I feel like I can move forward now. I feel like my brain is healed. And the only words I can use is you're whole again. You know, you're whole again, and you are loving again, and you have joy again in your life, and you're who you were. You got a piece of yourself back. And so to see this transformation and this new person, it made my daughter cry. It made my daughter cry. And the day that my husband looked at me and held my hand and said, you're the woman I married. You know, I love you every day. But it's completely changed my life, as well as witnessing the other veterans and how it changed their lives and how it changed the lives of their spouses. So this is just one of the many ways that, the government can say, hey, we got your back. If you go to war and anything happens and you come home and you need help, we've got you covered.